On a boat, pessimists complain about the wind. Optimists just stand still, waiting for the wind to improve. And entrepreneurs adjust the sail to make the most of the moment and steer the boat in the direction it needs to go. And that's why I feel very comfortable talking to you, because you are an entrepreneur, you are a business owner, you are an investor. Given all the news you've been following in the media, I have some alternatives for you to make more money, for you to become wealthier. And this is above all of that. Brazilian companies that export to the United States are already facing difficulties. Some have put employees on collective vacation.
The production of custom-made wooden frames and doors for the American market has been halted at this company in Santa Catarina. 500 out of 550 employees are on collective vacation.
You've probably noticed that these people never come back from collective vacation. After these collective vacations, it's layoffs. Take a look at this.
Britannia Home Appliances, which owns the Philco brand, announced this Tuesday, the 15th, the dismissal of 800 employees from the factory located here in the Manaus Industrial Hub. This facility is responsible for manufacturing various products including ovens, microwaves, televisions, and air conditioners. According to the company, which released a statement, the decision was motivated by a drop in seasonal sales of these products, which did not reach the projected growth for the year 2025. The layoffs represent about 30% of the total employees at the facility located here in the capital of Amazonas. And according to the Metalworkers Union of Amazonas, this represents the largest mass layoff since the COVID-19 pandemic, when many companies located here in the industrial hub also suffered greatly from the drop in product sales. And for that reason, some factories closed and many employees were also laid off.
This is a company that operated in the free trade zone, in the Free Zone, the only free zone that exists in Brazil. The company returned, focused on exports, with a large portion going to the United States. In other words, a political war had a direct impact on the economy. Roll the clip.
The 50% tariff on products on our exports could even devastate, note the word devastate, the orange plantations in Brazil, since the factories are reducing their operations. Orange growers, for example, are considering letting the fruit rot in the groves. Sharp drop in prices. The new tariffs could even make it impossible for fruit to enter the United States, which buys 42% of the orange juice exported by Brazil. The total trade is valued at around 1.3 billion reals for the harvest that ended in June.
Look, this is a huge problem. Thousands of jobs will disappear. Over 15,000 jobs will cease to exist. Take a look at this.
The company that exports the most, one of the most traditional companies in the firearms trade here in the country, is Taurus. It's located in Rio Grande do Sul. They said that if this tariff hike really goes into effect, these 50% tariffs on the export of Brazilian products, Taurus will probably have to shut down its operations here in Brazil. Taurus, which is currently a major exporter to the United States, says that out of every 100 Taurus firearms produced here in the country, 85 go to the United States. So, they sell much more to the United States than even in the domestic market here in the country. They said that if this tariff hike goes through, they will have to shut down operations here in the country and move to the country, the United States. Those were the words of the president of Taurus. But, Koba, according to him, this would impact even further, resulting in the loss of about 15,000 jobs in Rio Grande do Sul, here in the country.
In addition to those 15,000 jobs, which are direct jobs, in other words, a factory like this also creates indirect jobs. So we're not just talking about 15,000, but a total of 60,000 people unemployed. Look at what they said. Michelin announced that it will gradually shut down its Guarulhos factory near São Paulo by the end of 2025, affecting around 350 workers. That said, folks, regarding the political tension happening between Brazil and the United States directly impacts the economy. There is another consumer market just as large as the United States that so far no one is talking about, or at least not as much as they should, which is the case with the Arab countries. When we talk about BRICS, when we talk about this trade agreement involving several countries such as Russia, China, India, South Africa, and Brazil, the United Arab Emirates is also part of BRICS. And in the United Arab Emirates, here in Dubai, where I am speaking to you from, they have created a hub, they have established a connection point for the 22 Arab countries here. As I'm showing you here, from our newest and most advanced logistics distribution center, this expansive space I'm showing you now is approximately 74,000 square meters, a truly significant area. We have 4 areas like this here, and from this area, and when I mention the 22 Arab countries, I'm talking about a population 3 times the economically active population of the United States. What does that mean? I'll sum all of this up in one sentence. It means, commercially speaking, you don't need the United States. Up until now, you did. A large part of exports go to the United States. Culturally, it was shaped to be able to do business with the United States, and they're very good at it. I love the United States. I export many products from the United States here to the Arab world. For those of you who work with food and beverages, here in Dubai there's a trade show. I'm also showing you the images, called Gulf Food, the largest food and beverage fair. Look, here I am walking around Gulf Food with business people, with Arab sheikhs. Here at Gulf Food, 22 countries come together to buy food and beverages. This guy I'm about to show you is one of the biggest mango producers. Listen to what he has to say.
Look folks, you've seen that I've been bringing and showing a bit about mango cultivation from some producers. I've already posted about Mr. Jadil's farm here and also about Joselmo, who is Jadil's brother. And today I came here to show you this plantation belonging to our friend Savio Martins, as he's known around here. Guys, this mango here is the Palmer mango, alright? This particular mango, my dear folks, is still very much here because of a significant problem that we have consistently been facing. I have already explicitly mentioned this issue in my previous videos, and for now, it regrettably still has not been fully resolved. The relevant authorities have been diligently trying to effectively address this significant issue, but it's been really quite difficult because so far, absolutely nothing substantial has been fully resolved. And for those individuals who currently have ripe, delicious mangoes to carefully harvest, like this particular one right here, in fact, it's pretty much well past the optimal harvest time for these fruits. A harvest has already been done, part of it was picked, but then what happens? Without a buyer, there's no way to remove the mangoes. So today our friend is going through this situation. He has mangoes out in the field, but there's nowhere to send these mangoes, just so you have an idea. These are mangoes that follow all the export protocols. They're export quality mangoes, right? But with the suspension of exports, right? Besides Petrolina, this is happening and there's nowhere to send them, right? I even saw some people commenting here in previous videos I posted, asking why not just donate them personally. Even donating is difficult. The issue here isn't that people don't want to give away the mangoes. The problem is that it all costs money and no one wants to bring their truck out here to pick up these mangoes. It's an expense that wouldn't be worth it. For a mango producer today, producing a mango is a big investment, folks. It's a very significant investment and they naturally expect to have a good harvest in order to be able to adequately cover their considerable costs. And what is unfortunately happening is that regrettably, they're not getting the proper chance to sell their goods.
Notice that what our friend showed you here is just a small fraction. So what do I want to suggest as an alternative? Let's increase the value. Leandro, how are we going to increase the value? By adding value. It's one thing to sell the orange. When you take the mango, when you take the orange, put it in a box and then into a refrigerated container and send it to the United States, it just doesn't last 30 days on a trip to the Arab Emirates. It doesn't last. And if you bring it by plane, it gets very expensive. So what's the solution? It's for us to industrialize it. It's for us to make orange juice, mango juice, guava juice, apple juice. And here's the thing, our company here is in a free zone. Our company here is in a place where you don't pay taxes. So your product is price competitive. Everyone knows that I own Cafe Zeus, and I already have my product in almost 6,000 supermarkets here. And more than 13,000 mini markets. My clients can become your clients, but you have to want it. And the alternative I'm showing you here is that you get paid up front as long as you have a company here in the United Arab Emirates. If you were the Arab and had access to all these images, would you send $1 million to someone you've never seen just on faith? Would you be that sure you'd receive the product? When I started selling Cafezus here to Dubai, they didn't deposit money into my account in Brazil either, and at the time I didn't have the money to cover the first shipment. Neither I nor the thousands of people watching me had the money to start out that way. So what did I do to be able to get paid up front? I had to come to Dubai and set up my company here. Thank you. Only then could I receive the money in advance. That's how I got started. Leandro, how much does an operation like this cost? On average, 500,000. Just reminding you, that's a 500,000 investment for you to make a sale of approximately 2.5 million. If you invest 500,000 to earn 2.5 million, the problem is that many people don't have those 500,000 to start with. Today I could do it too, but when I started, I didn't have it. That's why I had to invest much less than 500,000, much less in order to get my money up front. Because by receiving my money in advance, I was able to buy the production in Brazil. If you're already seeing this flood of unemployment, if you're already seeing farmers throwing away all their production, if you're already seeing all of this, just imagine when it comes into full effect at 100%. You're going to face an economic collapse. There won't be any jobs left for anyone in there, for anyone. The number of unemployed people will reach a record level in the history of the Brazilian Republic. So you, businessman, you entrepreneur, just like me, we are alone in this. And if we go analyze it well, for you who already understand that you have to fight with what you have, adjust the sale. The proposal is this: industrialize it for us to send here to Dubai. If you need help doing this, please write down my WhatsApp, more 97150 5,738,052. I'll also put it here in the video description so you can contact us. And we can save jobs so you can contact us. And we can save your company from certain bankruptcy. Any of you can contact us. I know that the media feeds on catastrophe, it feeds on misfortune. I know that this is not in the interest of the mainstream media to air a report like this with Leandro Monteiro. There are very powerful interests behind the media wanting to see the country get worse and worse. So, news that spreads chaos, the news they're reporting is true. Chaos will be unleashed and will get worse every day. But news like the one I'm giving, pointing out a solution, pointing out a way forward, adjusting the boat's sail in the middle of this storm, oh, there's absolutely no room for Leandro to fully explain all of this, everything that I've carefully told you here. That's precisely why I earnestly ask you to please help by generously sharing this important video with at least 10 more people you personally know. In WhatsApp groups, so we can get these videos to small rural producers. Help us make sure this video reaches to as many people as possible. Follow us on Instagram. See you there.